Welcome to another episode of Boom and Bust. I'm your host, Tony Clement. I'm here at the News Forum, where all voices matter. Today, we're pleased to have Laurie Pushor on the Boom and Bust program. He's the president and CEO of the Alberta Energy Regulator and can give us updates on the state of the sector. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
So I guess the first question would be, just tell our viewers a little bit about the Alberta Energy Regulator, what it does, and the kinds of things you're involved in.
Well, the Alberta Energy Regulator is what we like to call a full life cycle regulator for the oil and gas industry. We've had some new responsibilities added, which we can talk about, but that means from when a company has rights to produce oil or gas in the province, they come and deal with us to get approvals to go ahead and start drilling or whatever activity they're pursuing, right through to closure and reclamation work, all activities involved.
So is it supposed to be a one-stop shop then to eliminate overregulation, those kinds of issues?
That's correct. We even call our IT program One Stop, just to affirm that.
Just to make sure that point is driven home. Fantastic. I guess the original reason, we've got some other things to discuss too, but the original reason to have you on the program was a published report, I guess a few months ago now, on Alberta's energy outlook. What were your findings in that report?
Well, as you know, Alberta has been very blessed with oil and gas resources, and so the findings would suggest there's still ample resource in Alberta. Currently, I guess if I'm looking at 2022 numbers, there was about $167 billion of production in the province. This year, we expect to see, or in 2022 rather, we saw nearly $27 billion in capital spending across the province. It's a wealth of resource, and there's a long available resource for as long as the world is consuming hydrocarbons.
And so do you see a positive trajectory then in terms of investment? Is that what you're seeing right now?
Well, certainly we see a positive trajectory as it relates to activity in support of current levels of production. As you know, Trans Mountain will add some pipeline capacity and, of course, some LNG facility, at least one on the West Coast, means there will be an opportunity to grow exports out of the province, and so we expect to see a little bit of growth in that space.
So to be clear, when let's assume and anticipate that growth happens, so an oil and gas producer then will come to you or has already come to you with a plan on how to extract and transport those kinds of issues. That's part of your mandate?
Correct. So we regulate both the conventional industry as well as the oil sands industry, and there are a variety of strategies and techniques to extract the resources, and then we involve ourselves up to gas plants to produce gas into an exportable and consumable product.
Okay, gotcha. Tell me more generally then, what do you see as the prospects for oil sands and gas production in Alberta? Is it a positive one?
Well, certainly there's lots of room for maintaining these production levels, and as I said, with some limited takeaway capacity, there will be potential for some growth in production over the next few years, subject to how that's distributed. Right now, Alberta produces about 2/3 of Canada's natural gas and over 80% of all the oil and bitumen production in the country. So still a lot of resource available, so expect to play a leading role for the long term.
Excellent. And I guess, what about new energy sources? You kind of hinted at that your mandate is expanding a little bit. I'm thinking of geothermal as an example. Tell us a little bit about how your mandate is expanding.
So the province has asked us to take on some new responsibilities. We've seen some new resource plays in the province. So one is helium as an example. That's very akin to producing natural gas, and so we've been asked to regulate that. There is good promise there for Alberta. Geothermal resource, we've got some pilot projects underway in the province right now where companies are moving towards commercialization of those projects. One in the Swan Hills area, I think, has just come online and producing electricity or is about to. So those are interesting opportunities. It'll be worth watching how that technology evolves and moves. The other is what we call brine-hosted minerals. I'm sure you're familiar, Tony, that a lot of oil production comes with a lot of water, and those
Sure.
brines contain a number of different minerals. One
Laurie, can you hold that thought? We're just going to take a brief break. I don't want to lose
Sure.
that strain of thought. So we'll be back after these messages with our guests. Please stay with us.
Perfect.